from the industry through the community right into your home. It's the Green Room, and we're on. What's going on, everybody? It's Les from Cannabis Wiki. I am here with the North American cannabis flower. That's right, the sexy, the fly, Jackie Childs. It's popping.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Green Room. What's popping, Lester?
What is popping is that we are actually truly on split screens today. Jackie is being a super trooper. She's not feeling the best. As everybody knows, Jackie has Crohn's, and today she is actually suffering some from the Crohn's illness. But like the super trooper you are, you're here.
I'm going to tell you quick. So Crohn's is like the invisible illness and any inflammatory disease, intestinal disease. And because of COVID, uncertain times, everybody's stress levels and we're all just off a little bit. Well, stress and anxiety is what it inflames it and brings it up. So I'm in a flare. A flare for me could last 3 days. It could last 30 days. And what a flare means is barely eating anything. Liquids, sometimes it's really hard to even keep liquids, and stay close to home, and that's about the best. And try and manage the anxiety. When the anxiety settles down, and smoke some weed, juice my cannabis leaves, and hopefully I'll be better in 3 to 4 days. And then it used to only happen like once a year, maybe twice a year. But since COVID, I've been in sort of a flare for like 3 weeks.
Right.
So
well, the stress, right? It's the stress and anxiety of it all. I just feel off. So but I'm fine. Whatever. I'm good. No, well, you are doing good because look, you're here with us today, and even though you're suffering through these flare-ups, and you're really kind of showing that cannabis does help the journey, and plus whatever else you are doing to help you get through this. I'm glad you're here today, so I'm ready to pop it off because we got another special guest on the show.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet our next guest, and I'm excited that we can do this virtually, so I can be at home and still be part of the Green Room. So, hey,
so today, guys, we have a special guest is Keenan Pascal from Token Naturals. What's going on, homie?
Guys, what's up, guys? It's great to meet you. Good to be on the show. Appreciate you guys asking us to join.
Hey, we thank you for taking the time to be with us. That's for sure. So, what's good, and where are you located right now? Where are you at?
I'm in my house in Edmonton, Alberta, up in Canada. Okay. So we're facility, all the operations are here out of Edmonton.
Nice.
And what time is it in Edmonton, Alberta? Is it early or later? Early.
It's early. It's 11:04 a.m.
Oh.
Okay. Jackie doesn't like to wake up early, Keenan.
No. My day starts at noon.
So, Keenan, tell us a little bit about Token Naturals. What is Token Naturals? What is it that you guys do?
So we're an extraction company doing basically manufacturing in the cannabis space. So when we started the company 4 years ago, we saw that there's a real gap because we were really just trying to bring branded products to market. Realized in the Canadian space, there wasn't anyone else doing that at the level that we wanted to get in at. So we built it ourselves, essentially. So right now we're just finishing the last 30 days of construction on our lab, and we'll be submitting our evidence package and everything with Health Canada within the next 45 days.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. That's really cool. 45 days, Health Canada. Could turn into 90.
Hey, that's pretty impressive if you were able to pass through those stringent rules, restrictions, and standards that Health Canada has. How did you find navigating through those waters?
Yeah, they definitely don't make it easy. You have to jump through a lot of hoops. We were actually in a unique position because we submit our evidence package, our application, when they had the old ACMPR system, October 2017. But as a business, we decided, let's wait until the cannabis market really shakes out and until 2.0 products are actually on the shelf. So we sat on our license. So we cleared security. We did all the navigating that you had to do, but we did it super slowly. And then once we saw what the 2.0 products were and where we could really fit in the market, then we ramped things up and bought our building and started building up our capital. And then we did that.
Where does Token Naturals 2.0, where do their products fit? What are the products and where do they fit? Explain that like for someone who knows nothing.
Yeah, so we actually, because we had this time of like 2 years, I used to bartend in a lot of the bars here in the city. We own a nightclub here in Edmonton. If you guys ever come, it was like just on the corner of the two main streets.
When we do come, Keenan, you will take us to the clubs.
I will take you guys out since COVID.
Can I not wait in line?
No line. So we had this, the three of us, I was a bartender, like a bar owner, and then a chemical engineer. And my background was in banking, so it was kind of a beginning of a bad joke. But essentially what we did is we saw extraction as a market. And cocktail bitters, like what you'd make like with an old fashioned like Angostura, is the exact same core science of like ethanol extraction as you do with cannabis. So what we did is we're like, hey, we're going to wait for this license. Let's make a bitters company. And we just did it for fun. Like it was literally out of my garage. We were just, messing around in the kitchen. And we created bitters for bartenders here in Edmonton. Same science. So we started that. And the bitters is basically got into the restaurant scene, and then people were like, oh, how do I make these drinks at home? And the liquor stores started calling us. And within a year, we became the biggest bitters company in the province, probably top 3-4 in Canada. And then we started exporting out to Japan, and now we're getting into France. So that was like non-infused cocktail bitters. And with that, that's kind of where we were positioning our token brand, was like, hey, let's get into more of the beverage space of cannabis. So right now we're developing like drink additives for your beverages. So you can really kind of take the alcohol out of your kind of social events and use cannabis. So we position Token Bitters, our own brand in the in the beverage space, but our facility has the capabilities to do the manufacturing for like topicals, vape pens, drink drops, oils. So we as a company will come in, and if someone's like, hey, actually, I don't want to build a lab, I don't want to go through all the regulations that we have to do to get our sales license and our processing license, et cetera. We just want to hire you guys to do it and go through your license. So that's where we positioned our company. So right now we're just working with different groups, working with some of the like ex-CFL guys to create like the CBD topicals, one thing we're working on right now. And that's where we're positioning our brand. Is Token as a company, it will be focused kind of on the beverage space, but the broader Token facility can do white labeling for any brand, really.
Wow,
that's crazy. So the bitters actually put you guys firmly on the map to open up for the extraction of cannabis.
Yeah, like cannabis in Canada is wild. It's been such especially being there we've been there for 4 years. So we got to watch the whole, up and down.
Right.
The shit show.
So for the extraction, what type of extraction do you do, and what makes your extraction different or better than other extractions out there right now?
Yeah, so our main workhorse is like a cryoethanol system. So what we're doing is a little different than like like CO2, definitely that extraction has its purpose. But for us, it's kind of a more efficient, cleaner system in the sense of the ethanol. What we're doing it at temperatures that doesn't break the cell membrane. So we'll be knocking all the THC, CBD, the trichomes off it without putting a lot of the undesirables into the mixture to filter out. So it's faster than CO2. So we'll still have CO2 extraction capabilities. So the kind of unique thing that puts us in the position is because we built last, like, we're buddies with all the bigger guys, Radiant and Valens and the Metafarm guys, but those guys, Valens has ethanol extractions, but a lot of people just use CO2 because when we started in the market, you couldn't use solvents for extraction. Health Canada just had these weird rules, and then they matured and were like, actually, solvents are okay. You guys can use ethanol. And when you're building these labs, you have to build these like blast-proof rooms. So if our ethanol blew up, like no staff would be in danger because they're in these confined spaces. So to retrofit your buildings, you kind of have to build with the concept of doing ethanol in the forefront. Like it's harder to go back, and it takes a lot of capital to go back and change to ethanol after the fact. So the position we're in is we're a lot smaller, leaner. Our build out was, a fraction of the price of the big guys, just because we didn't build when everybody else was building. We wanted to see, and we actually got to do a lot of tours of other LPs, and the community is really tight in the sense that, I've went and toured other LPs and they're like, hey, make sure you guys don't do this. This is a suggestion on here. This is because Health Canada jumping through hoops and like weird little things. Like I remember when we were first doing the design, we had to put an actual like bank vault into the facility. Like it was 250.
I've been to a lot of those tours and gone through the bank vaults that are ridiculous.
Yeah. And what's crazy was
mandatory in Canada.
Yeah. And now you don't need that. Like you just straight up don't need it. You have to have a secured room. But like, for someone who's raising capital and has to like figure this out, putting a $250,000 bank vault it's a barrier to entry that now doesn't exist. So for us, we could build secure storage rooms for some of our friends with older LPs. They have to fit everything in this bank vault because you still have to follow the SOPs and your operating procedures of your storage at the end of the night. So yeah, just coming kind of second to the party was a little bit of a blessing and gave us a little bit more efficiency that we could build in so we can kind of make it cheaper.
So what do you say? You took that route because of the way the ball was dropped through the first round of flower?
It was a little bit of I would say it was honestly a little bit of luck and kind of foresight. So for us, it was we tried to do it ourselves. Like we didn't go and raise money in the public market. We did it with friends and family, and the founders put in most of the cash through like the bar, and then we did a dispensary deal. We owned like 7 stores and sold them off. And so for us, we brought our money in stages. So we weren't sitting on like capital, like, $5-10 million. We had 1, 2, 3, and we just built it up that way. So for us, we couldn't rush to the market like everyone else did. So it was kind of a blessing at the time. We're like, we wanted to, raise capital like everybody else, but then we weren't in that position because we had to get style and want to kind of do it with the community we had. And it just created this system where we came second to the party, and it worked out better for us, I think, in the long run.
Yay, winning. Remember, first the worst, second the best, third the man with the hairy chest. I know. Whatever. So we know about token bitters and token naturals. I had found you there was a bunch of social justice posts and movements, and I was scrolling through my social media, and I had found you did like a call out to persons of color in the industry, like, let's connect. I'm looking for some, and we want to make a welcome environment, and here's our whatever. How did that go? What happened? What was the outcome from that post?
It was actually amazing. We ended up finding about 40 entrepreneurs and people in the cannabis space through different, like either you're supporting it through your marketing side of things, you're trying to get into the space, or you're an executive, or you have a grow. And it was really interesting just being a person of color. Like our company is 68% owned by either females or people of color. And, we've raised capital and we've got, a lot of allies on that side of things. So I've been lucky to have people kind of look at me as like kind of the black token, I guess, CEO of Cannabis. So a lot of the bigger companies,
it's hard putting that out there. It's hard putting that out there, and it's hard to take that lead, especially to call on something just so like it's normal. It's business, right? At the end of the day, it's people that are doing business, but to be, it seems like, put out front to call on Extra and all other Black entrepreneurs to stand up. It shouldn't be such a light. It's just people have skill and talent. It needs to be shown and shared.
Yeah, and that was the whole concept behind it. So the whole reason it started was some of the larger LPs and like the recruitment firms called me when this was all happening. And I don't know if you got that same experience, but like people were just reaching out to their Black friends and being like, hey, what do I do? Like, how do I support the Black community? Can you, like, some had a weird style of like, hey, can you write like a post, or can you read over my post and make sure it's cool? Or where are the Black people in cannabis? And I was like, you balance it out, because I'm not trying to write people's community posts, but I was like, I actually don't know where the Black people in cannabis are. So I was honest about it. I was like, like I've talked to a few, and you meet them in trade shows, you kind of get that black guy nod, and you kind of go about your day. But we didn't have a group where I was like, hey, like, where are you? What are you guys trying to do? So that's where that LinkedIn post came from. And yeah, it blew up in terms of got a lot of exposure. Now we've got a Slack channel going. There's a constant communication now where everybody's got their emails and they're just going back and forth. And now you're seeing, deals go through between the Black community of like, hey, I need this, I got this, let's talk. And then some of the other cool things, their LPs are now looking to hire more Black people in their organizations. And they're coming to us and be like, here's our job postings. Can you put this through the community and, send us some candidates? And, we're working to kind of walk our talk of those, the Black Lives Matter posts. So it's interesting to see the industry kind of come up, because when I started this 4 years ago, I definitely saw the transition. So when you went to conferences like 4 or 5 years ago, it was kind of everybody there. Like you don't know who you're going to meet.
Tell us. What was it like? What was it like 4 years ago going to the conference for the first time? What was your feel?
So the conference, honestly, yeah, it was straight up. You saw the mix of everybody. So you had like the activists, the typical, the stoner you kind of picture in your head of the tie-dye shirt. But then you also saw that executive who's kind of getting into the business, never smoked weed in his life, but he sees the value of the industry. And so you were seeing that in the conferences, and it was like a mismatch of you had the gray market guys and the super clean. And, I've smoked some joints or taken some capsules from a great cut lawyer that knocked me on my ass. And I was like, there's one guy I would never do drugs with again because he's got such a high tolerance. He's like a patent lawyer. So that was the beginning of the industry for sure. You saw everybody kind of come together as a big melting pot. But as the requirements for capital came in and the maturing of the industry, and all the barriers started to build up, it's still systematic, right? If I'm a Black guy trying to raise capital, there's not a Black community for me to go to and be like, hey guys, I got to raise $1 million. Uncle, throw it in. I'm literally pitching, I'm pitching white people. It's, I have my founders, it's Lebanese, another white guy, and between the three of us, but the Black community have that. And so systematically, it's kind of becoming where the money is. So you see the industry shift into that, it's a white industry as it kind of came through the next 2-3 years. And if you go through the boards or, the industry investment group, you're just talking to white guys, which is cool. Buddies with all of them, but that's that's kind of the transition. And then now there's a refocus on we kind of spent the last 4 years, everybody was money, great, raising money, allocating capital, yada, yada. And we kind of left all that potential of having this really cohesive, diverse industry on the side. But now it's nice that it happened, only 3-4 years in, and people are now recalibrating and be like, well, who did we leave behind? Who didn't we give a seat to the table? Let's go back and put a hand down. And I think that's where the industry is. So I'm still very positive about the industry. It's active in that sense.
Hey, I think you're a good chairman for what you're doing, not just your business, but actually you're a very well-spoken man. Given that hard position I just put you in, you speak very well of, no, that's real talk. It's real talk. You know, just as I know, it's very hard to talk about this topic of how to get through the business of being a person of color or just a visible minority. There's a lot of hurdles, but the cannabis community, white people, visible minorities, I find that it is a decent place. It's better than the old business or any other kind of work you're trying to get into. Here, I find there is a lot of networking altogether through everybody. It's still, yes, extra hard for Black people to get up. But when a gentleman like yourself, Token Naturals, is doing your thing, and then you're using your space to open up more space. And once we have more people doing this to give more opportunities, it's awesome. So I know you haven't founded anything to be an ambassador, but let me tell you, well-spoken man, keep it real.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, being successful, well-spoken, and opening the door. I thought the post was great, and I was following to see who responded and who commented, and how it was received. I mean, you have to be really, really careful. Like you said, one wrong word and you're not an ally anymore. You're the enemy.
Right.
So it's better to come from, right? Like, I mean, I'm sure you know that too, as a person of color. It's a real touchy subject. It's a real personal heart subject. You have to be really, especially when you are the front of a business.
Hey, never mind, Jackpot. You're the one that opened this question up. So you're just as brave as us to actually put it out on the platform. So mad respect for you for just laying it out there so we can talk about it. Right? Very, very.
I don't care which one you think I am. So I like these conversations. I want to keep them going. I know they're uncomfortable, but the more uncomfortable they get, they're going to create change. And like you said, pull a seat up to the table and welcome people. And it's not just because of their color or because they're a woman. There's a lot of very over-deserving people in this goddamn industry and community that deserve the freaking seat. And they're not getting it because they're a minority or they're a woman or whatever. And that's the only reason they're not being invited. So we're creating, look at Lester getting itchy. He's like, oh, why do we got to talk about this? Because we do. We got podcasts.
Yeah,
and I
we definitely do. We definitely do. And it's good. It's good. So tell us more about the company. What's going on? What's popping?
Yeah, like what's your, so 2.0 is exciting time.
Yeah, and how has things been through COVID? Has it been a positive or a negative for you guys?
COVID was actually a really interesting situation for us. So we had, our team, we have 10 people. One was working in Dallas, one's in Vancouver. And over the COVID, we had the infrastructure to quickly jump into remote work. So for us, it was, we shut it down. We were in the middle of construction. So as long as there was less than 10 people on site, we could keep construction working forward. So for us, it was interesting to see the quick transition to remote work as a team. So that was kind of the only real hurdle on the COVID side with the funding and the relief that we got. So we got we were able to, because we work with the University of Alberta and then we work with IRAP and a few programs here federally, we were able to get wage subsidies and we were able to get those $40,000 loans for each entity because we have token bidders and token naturals as separate entities. So we were able to get almost $200,000 in funding relief, which was great for the company. We didn't cut back anybody's hours. We didn't cut back any staff. It was we just kept it rolling, which was nice. And then on the bidder side, because everyone's drinking from home, our sales shot up. It was nuts. We did the best month ever of online sales in April. And then when we did, then June was the best month ever of bidder sales because now the liquor stores are running out, and then July was even better. So yeah, COVID with everybody drinking at home, your at-home bartenders, they're like, we need some ingredients. So that was interesting just to see the whole transition. And then I think now it's starting to level up. The construction's coming to an end, and now we're switching mode into sales.
Crazy.
So during COVID, did you have online sales with those little bidder packages? I kept seeing stuff on Facebook where you could get a package sent to you or whatever. Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
And that was cool. Why don't you tell us how people can find you? So your Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, website, how people can find you so they can reach out. They're more interested in this.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Instagram is Token Natural. The Twitter is Token Naturals. Mine's Keenan Pascal, so it's all kind of interconnected. But the Instagram and Twitter is kind of our main thing. The website, www.tokennaturals.com. And yeah, kind of all the information's there. And we love to reach out. For us, the brand's always been about community. So connecting with people, connecting with diversity, whatever you guys want to chat about. So across the board, we're all easygoing. You can literally hit any of us up and we're game for a chat. So.
Cool, what are you most looking forward to? Weeks and months to come. What is Token Naturals what are you guys most looking forward to, most excited about?
Let's cut out.
For sure, the launch of the building and then getting our products on the shelf. It's been we've got the relationships. It's been a long time coming. So getting that last license from the federal government is going to be the big win and feather in the cap for all of us.
45 days.
Yeah, 45 days, and we'll submit it in, and then hopefully the licensing is just right after that.
Good.
Good luck.
Great to hear, man. Yo, this is a fantastic meeting you, Keenan.
Yeah, you too. Like, honestly. Yeah, we'll get you in the Slack channel too.
Do you smoke weed?
For sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Come on.
I always ask.
I'm a big fan of
Go ahead.
like CBD and like I use the topicals all the time and the oils. Like, I'm a big fan. And the 2.0 products, like, I'm not a huge smoker because like, I always played sports growing up, so like just inhaling was not my jam. But definitely, as I'm really excited as the drinks come out. Like those, like I love the high experience over. Like, we obviously have an alcohol harm, but for me, as I get older, hangovers are rough. So my week is like definitely go out with my alcohol and something goes down.
Hangovers are rough.
I love it. Well, hey, Keenan, thanks again, brother, for taking the time to talk with us here in the green room.
Anytime,
Jackie, myself.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. And it's great to meet you. And I enjoy following your Instagram and Twitter, your little video in Japan.
Yeah, thank you. That was a cool experience.
Well, thanks for coming on. Lester, you're going to get invited to his little his Slack group.
Yeah. I'm all in. All right, my man.
Right.
You take it easy.
All right. Yeah, take care, guys.
Bye, Keenan. That was fun.
Yeah, that's
cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
See,
so how you feeling?
Are you baked?
Yeah.
Well, you're allowed to be, but yeah, I can tell you're a little like, how am I feeling? I don't know. I'm not feeling as good as you are, I don't think.
Hey, listen, this is Cannabis Wiki. So
yeah,
it's good to be relaxed and get your job done and sit down and talk with very interesting guests.
Yeah, it's cool. It's early. Well, it was 11 o'clock in the morning. That's not early, but that's early for me.
You go out to Edmonton, don't you?
I've been, and quite a few times. Alberta is where the Canaleaf is, the LP that I work with. So I've been to Alberta, and yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going on in Alberta. I do a lot of.
I've never been
sort of things. Really?
No, never.
It's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. But I could definitely see how, especially during COVID, the alcohol sales had skyrocketed. So there's a lot of cannabis exciting stuff. They also have, I believe Alberta received like 30% more licenses than we did for cannabis. So like there's a lot of cannabis stuff going on, but there's also a lot of alcohol. So
yeah, that's like the leading province out there with cannabis retail stores, right?
And then this month was normally the Calgary Stampede, and this is the first time in like 130 years or something because of COVID, the Stampede was canceled. So people are just drinking and smoking at home. They had a snowstorm 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Like, you're not missing too much. It's beautiful, but we're good where we live.
I love the scenery background. You got two nice plants.
So this one is Skittles. And this one is Crown Royale. Yeah, Skittles and Crown Royale. And I got a bunch of autoflowers just starting, a big mixture and whatever. I play around with stuff because really I can juice it, right? So it helps with my Crohn's. So if it's not the prize-winning bud, it's something I'll just juice it. And when I start to grow them, as soon as I notice the balls drop, I just chop them up and juice it. So it's no cannabis, man, it heals. You don't just have to get high off of it. There's lots of things to do. Plus, I juice like crazy and then just fill my freezer. I put it all in ice cube trays and I can throw it in a smoothie and I can use it. So I have the whole plant. So yeah, You're laughing at me.
Listen, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. You know, something about when the balls drop and it's like, okay, let's keep it going.
Lester, you know about balls dropping. The older you get, the balls drop a little, right?
Oh, the things about time. Hey, our guest, Keenan Pascal, Token Naturals. It was a good chat. That was a super good chat. I really liked it.
Yeah.
So guys, everybody keep doing your thing with coronavirus out there. Wear your masks where you're supposed to wear your masks. Think about other people out there, and please, why are you always laughing at me?
Because you said wear your mask where you're supposed to wear your mask, and I thought like I'll put it here, but maybe some people will put it somewhere else.
Sugar.
I know. I know you meant inside, outside, where you can't social distance. Let's try not to be a-holes and do the right thing for a little while.
That's what this COVID-19 has been about. It's gaining that extra little bit of patience and thinking about others.
Yeah.
Right.
So thanks for Cannabis Wiki for doing this, and thank God Derek can do all this virtual stuff, and we have the app now, the Wellness Wiki app, so I can be at home. I am a medical patient of cannabis. I do have Crohn's, anti-inflammatory disease. I can still come to work from home. So
that's awesome. Right. Wellness Wiki app, guys. You could check that out. Cannabis Wiki, where we can do what we do here. We could do this for you. Don't know. So, Jack, where cannabis talk is always fresh and a little bit
sticky.
Very sticky. Keep it locked to Cannabis Wiki, the green room. Guys, we're out. Peace.
Take care, guys. Thanks for listening.
Wear your mask.